tens of thousands of more Indians will rise up. After reading the statement, he ripped it up, all 8 pages, into small pieces in the deck and held in his hands. When Udham Singh was taken down after he was given death penalty, these ripped off pages were taken off him by the security guards. And these small pages, the appropriate department, they pieced them together and took photographs of 8 pages. And those 8 pages, ripped pieces, photographs were in the file. After reading that, I controlled my emotions, but still I was very emotional, became emotional. One officer came, they asked if I'm okay. And they said, they will get another tea, you have a break. The second one was the list of his belongings, his sandals. They were not in exhibition, but it was listed. Kameez, salwar, pug, two his personal diaries, packet of cigarettes, and 4 packets of Durex, and some other items. And a photograph of pistol, which he fired, and photographs of the cartridge, spent cartridge. They were all there. I asked them when they're going to release them. They said, we will let you know. And these files will be released to the National Archives at Kew. And then you can go there, read if you want photocopies, all this. Several months after we received the letter that files are released and we can go and examine the file, and if we want to have photocopies of the file, we can order the photocopies. I went there for 3 days. I stopped in London. Again read and ordered the photocopies. on receiving the photocopies, my agreement was waived because it is released to the public. And Shaheed Udham Singh Welfare Trust and IWA published his last statement in full and issued to the press, and it received very wide publicity in India, very wide publicity. My comrade friend who became Vice Chancellor of Punjabi University Patiala, Joginder Singh, I, Sarban and Son Sandhu, we met him. Before we went there, we gave copies of all the files to Joginder Singh Pawar to take back. He came here and he took the files willingly. We met, then he arranged, when we met, one of historical studies professor, Avtar Singh. We had a meeting and he asked Navtej that he is Joginder Singh, appointing him to do this project work. And he hesitated, but he said, "What support I will have?" And Joginder said, "Whatever support you need from me as a chancellor, and any more assistance you need to do the work, and support from Indian Work Association and Udham Singh Trust will be available." He agreed. He started the project. He did a lot of research in India as well, also the files here. And then he sent the first draft to us. And quality of his English was poor. We decided that we will rewrite, not changing any text, but only changing the language. His draft was distributed to Shirley, Kate Eastman in Nottingham, Ella and Harper, me. There was another English comrade, Leslie Stewart. So we divided, not sure how many pages each person to rewrite, not changing the text, which we did, retyped it. We employed one of Ekta project, clerical, I think his name was Saida, and she retyped all the text. We sent it back. Book was published. Challenge to Imperial Hegemony, and it was widely distributed in India. The second part of the project was between me and Avtar to publish all redacted documents of Udham Singh. We got that book as well. And that was published by the National Book Center in Delhi. And all those documents are intact for researchers and others.
When you say redacted documents, redacted, so they were in full.
Yeah. The only thing which was duplication of a document, we took those out. And thanks to Tari Sarban, Mission Mahe in London, good work was done. And 99, beginning of 2000, Shaheed Udham Singh film was released by producer Avtar Jouhl, based on our research. But Raj Babbar, he played the role of Udham Singh. And Shaheed Udham Singh film received the President of India award. Done. Any questions?
So how many years before the 100 years were the documents released?
97.
97.
That was 43 years before.
And what do you think led them to the release?
Lot of lobbying, lot of writing letters, also clear short in intervention. It was basically continuous banging on the Home Office and the ministers.
So you mentioned John Major's, Michael Howard's government.
Yeah.
Would the result have been any different if it was a Labour government?
I don't know.
And what about the release of the gun?
I record that.